Hey, this is Julia again. Welcome back to my channel, or just welcome if you're new here. Remember to like and subscribe if you like my content. Thank you so much for watching. In today's video, we are building this Minty modern home. This build was really inspired by modern Scandinavian style. And I think that this build turned out just amazing, and I'm so excited to be showing this to you guys. Like, oh my god, I just love this build so much. This is probably my favorite in a long time. Anyway, I built this home on a 20 by 30 lot in Windenburg. It has 2 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms. There is also an office, and the 3rd bathroom has a little laundry nook. So I was first thinking of making that room just a laundry room, but you have to go through the bedrooms to get to the other bathrooms, so I thought that it would be a lot better to have a 3rd one as well. If you want to have this home in your game, you can download it from the gallery. As always, my ID is Sosimspired, or as 3 files from my Patreon, which is linked down below in the description box. All my socials are always linked in the description as well. So I actually made this home a few days ago when I was feeling super inspired, and it was so hard to choose what to build because I had so many great ideas. Believe me, that is also a huge struggle. So usually I struggle with not having like an idea what to build, but sometimes the struggle comes from having too many ideas. On my worst moments, I haven't been able to build anything due to having so many ideas popping in my head at once. But anyway, eventually I chose to make a modern Scandinavian inspired home for 3 Sims. I imagined that in this home there would live a couple with their kid who would probably be a preteen or something. Well, maybe a kid or a teen, since we don't really have preteens in the game. Whenever I'm playing, I just imagine that they're preteens at some point because it makes more sense. One thing that I really imagined for this family was that they would absolutely love cooking and baking. Therefore, I was trying to make the kitchen really nice and not too cluttered, since you really need all the counter space you can get when you're cooking or baking or something. It's actually one of the most annoying things when you're trying to do something in the kitchen and there just isn't enough counter space. Believe me, I'm speaking from experience because in our apartment there is basically like no counter space, and I hate it so much. Our whole kitchen is on one wall, and it's not like a very long wall, it's just like a very short one. So there's basically no space, it's just so tiny. But luckily the Sims don't mind that kind of stuff. Choosing the color scheme for this build was so simple because I wanted to make something that would fit this month's theme, which is green and blue, and I also wanted it to be very fitting for a Scandinavian home, so I didn't want it to be like too bright or anything or have too many colors, because as we all know, Scandinavian homes tend to have very little color in them, or at least like more modern Scandinavian. So I really know a lot about this since I am Finnish, so this is a very familiar style for me. So the color scheme that I chose for this build is mint, with a lot of natural wood tones and of course some black and white and also gray. The exterior of this home was actually very easy for me to make, so I wanted to make it quite minimalistic, and I wanted there to be these like high triangle shaped roofs, since it really makes it look more Scandinavian. Now that I said it, I feel like triangle shaped roofs sounds a bit funny, so I'm not sure if that's like an actual word. I think there is a better word for it, but you probably know what I mean. Anyway, I did also use a few flat roofs that are made from platforms, well, because I just felt like it. Most items for the exterior were from Eco Lifestyle, Spa Day, and Dream Home Decorator. All the windows that I chose for this home are from Eco Lifestyle, and I think that they were just the most perfect choice for this build. I used platforms on the exterior to create some nice shapes for the front and back porch. I also added a pool for the backyard, and I think that it just looks stunning. On the back porch, there is a dining area and a sitting area. Also, I placed a couple beach chairs next to the pool. The interior of this build was a bit harder for me to create, but I still enjoyed it very much. I think that the biggest struggle that I had with the interior was to choose what kind of floor plan I wanted, because I wanted sort of like an open concept floor plan, but still not too open, if you know what I mean. In the end, I'm very happy with how the floor plan turned out. It has like a really nice flow to it, or at least in my opinion. I'm not sure what others might think about it. I decided to make a separated kitchen, but the dining area is combined with the living room, and I love that I chose to do that because the combined dining room and the living room just looks stunning. I love it. For the interior, I mainly used the same packs as for the exterior, but Dream Home Decorator was definitely dominating for the interior of this home. Every time I go for a Scandinavian look with my belts, Dream Home Decorator is the ultimate best choice. Like, I just can't help it. It has the best items for this kind of style, or at least like modern Scandinavian. If I would do something more traditional, then I would have to choose a different pack. But to be honest, I'm not even sure what kind of pack I would use for that, because I haven't really done anything like that. I should do it at some point, I think. What do you think? Should I do like a traditional Scandinavian home? It would be interesting, I think. My favorite rooms from this home are the living room and the kitchen, I think. Even though I honestly love how all the rooms turned out, I also really hope that you will like them too. By the way, I think that it is worth mentioning in here that I am getting so proud of my bathrooms, because I have been struggling with making bathrooms for so long, like basically for all the time that I have been building in The Sims. So now lately I have been really happy with the bathrooms that I have made for my houses. So I'm just so happy about that, and I just wanted to mention it in here. So usually I would just say that about a single build, but when I was making this build, I really realized that it's not just some builds. It's like almost every single build that I make nowadays, I'm really proud of the bathroom or bathrooms, and that makes me so happy because it was definitely like my weakest spot with making builds. At some point, I'm not sure, I might have had something that was even harder, but at least like for the past 6 months or something, I have really been struggling with bathrooms, and I tend to go like really easy with them, and I just place all the items that I have to place, and then I'm just like, well, I'm done with it, and I just kind of give up on it because I don't really believe that I could make it any better for some reason. And it has been like so annoying, and I don't like that. But now I have gotten so much better at those, and I really like them. Have you noticed any difference with my bathrooms? I'm not sure if anyone else really pays attention to them, but it would be nice to hear if you have like noticed a difference in them. So overall, this build was so much fun to create, and I got so inspired about my next builds as well. let's hope those will turn out as good as this one, because I'm so happy with how this build turned out, and I also really hope that you guys will like this build as much as I do. By the way, I just remembered that I wanted to mention that the hardest room for me to make in this build was actually the second bedroom. So the master bedroom was like really easy for me. I was just like in my zone when I was building that. But then when I moved on to the second bedroom, I was like lost. I didn't know what I wanted to do with it. I had no ideas, and then I just tried to do something. But I think that in the end, it's a nice bedroom, you know. It's nothing too special, but I don't think it needs to be. Like sometimes I just like to go back to the basics and then just, I don't know, make something that is a little bit different, and I think that makes a good build, you know. Anyway, we are slowly getting to the end of this video, so I really hope that you have enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up, and also remember to subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos from me. Thank you so much for watching. I'll talk to you in my next video. Bye bye!